Good morning. It's actually the morning. Oh, no, it's not now. Literally, just as I said it, it's now not the morning. But still, good morning-ish. Good morning. Good afternoon, whatever you want to call it. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day, and I'm joined by a man wearing... Is that a Manchester United shirt there, baby? Is that...
Yes, it's Newton Heath, mate. Green and gold until we sold.
You got the gold. I'll give you that. Good lad, good lad. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Graham. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. And we are bringing you your daily dose of news from the world of video games. The biggest, the best, and the breaking stories. We'll then give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories over the next hour or so. But it's not just our thoughts and impressions. We want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. So if you are in the chat, please do feel free to get involved. If you've never been here before, we are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, recording this as a live podcast, but the live podcast is then turned into a podcast, as you'd expect, you know, because it's kind of what it is. Anyway, there's a YouTube video and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon Music and Google Play. There is... lots of places. You get it. No, there is actually a lot of places. There's a lot of people that listen to the podcast as well. So if you are watching live, please do feel free to get involved in the stream, because over 200,000 people have watched and listened to this podcast on demand. So please do feel free to get involved on behalf of all of those beautiful people. They would appreciate you sharing your thoughts in place of their thoughts. And if you are watching this later on, hey. If you listen to this later on, hey. How you doing? How you doing? A couple of things to mention. Annoyingly, the last podcast we did was on Monday, where we said, you've got a full week of podcasts ahead. Yay! But some things have gone on behind the scenes this week. Anyone in the Discord will know that, !Discord. So we didn't bring you the content as much as we would have liked. So yeah, we're back now. So apologies. We were expecting a full week of content, but the real world kicked in, so we haven't been able to do that. But we are here now. We are here now. We're bringing you news. We'll have talks. Nice. One thing we didn't do, and one thing we haven't done, and we're not going to do it in this stream, but we will do it in the Discord after this. So please do feel free to check out the Discord later on. Is the loot drop. So on Monday, that was the first Monday of the month. So we exported the list of people that were subscribers on Monday, and they are all in the hat to win one prize. We haven't decided what that prize is. We will let people know in the Discord as we announce it, and then we will announce who's won. Nice. Before we jump into things, a couple of reminders. Shout out to Astro, to GT Omega, to Insert Coin, to every single brand out there that supports ICU and the ICU community. We appreciate you very, very much. Speaking of Astro, by extension, Logitech. So shout out to Logitech G, who have a big prize bundle waiting for someone to win at the end of the year. We will be giving away a mouse, a keyboard, a mouse mat, and a headset to one person that can play PUBG reasonably well with me. At the moment, surprise, surprise, that person is Beans. Yay! But there has only been 2 entries. No, exactly. I think it's !DT. If you have PUBG on console, basically you've got the Double Trouble League. That is the league table based on your scores. Your best score will be put on the league table. And the score is based off of your kills plus my kills, plus if we can win a game of PUBG, and then it gives you a point score. If you get a good point score, we'll put it on the table. The highest point score at the end of the year bags themselves the entire bundle. At the moment, it's Beans with a score of 10, which is easily beatable. But there's only 2 scores on the board, which is Beans and Nietzsche. So we will be playing some PUBG on Saturday morning. If you want to jump in, you want to play some PUBG, you want to try and win, then do feel free. Because, you know, we can't let Beans win everything, can we, right? I mean, we do let Beans win everything, but we can't let him win everything. God damn.
I mean, this one is probably the first time it's technically in his hands. Like, we can knock him off the top of the leaderboard, obviously with a decent performance by whoever it is that's jumping in. Apart from, obviously, when he usually wins a lot of things, it comes down to raffles and stuff like that. So this is definitely your chance to be able to go, I'm sitting on them.
It was funny because it used to be Nietzsche. Nietzsche was the guy that won everything. Like, he won
Hearts.
Well, and mines and everything else. But he won something for us, and he won something elsewhere, and then he won something in one of Show's giveaways at the end of the year, and then all of a sudden, Nietzsche who? It's Beans. Beans means wins.
Nietzsche, oh no.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Hello, motherfucker. Do you know, I don't even know if that's actually... I did set that up for you at 1.12.
Hello there.
No, it's not that one. Exclamation mark, hello,
A12.
I'm not out, it says Helmth! ! Hello, Muffer.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go. So, honestly, I set you a command up and you don't even remember it. Waste of time.
Outrageous.
Correct. You are, if I'm honest. Yeah, honestly. God. Welcome in 12.
Like coming from a million miles away.
Yeah. How you doing? 2 podcasts inside a week equals a full week of podcasts, kind of. Touche.
Oh, that's right.
Not going to argue. That's pretty accurate. We move ahead. Nice. Let me jump into the split screen. Yeah, only twice a week. Yeah, we're only moving two instances, but it's fine. It's fine. The good thing with only streaming at the start of the week and at the end of the week means that Bibby is in the right location for a change. It says Bibby's home on the screen. It doesn't say ICU Studio, so we'll take it. Nice.
Yay.
So we are here to talk video game news, as we always do. Before we do that, I want to shout out that you can follow us, !socials, on all of the social medias. However, I need to update the social things because it says Hover in there. Hover doesn't exist anymore, but what does exist now is Threads. And we are on Threads. Please do feel free to check us out. I'm on there, Bibby's on there, ICU's on there. The same tags that you would get anywhere. At Ice Cream Uploads, at Great_Day, at We've Got Pepino. You can feel free to check us out across all of those platforms, but you don't have to if you don't want to, because I understand having Twitter is enough. Having 9 Twitters is probably a little bit stressful, so feel free to use it or not. If you want, it's up to you. Nice. For now, though, we are going to get set to talk about video game news, kicking things off with a little bit of FIFA. Nice. And when we're talking FIFA, we mean like FIFA. We mean like football games. We mean the stuff that me and Bibby play, not that stuff that Wobble streams. I don't even know what that is. It looks and sounds
Still yet
a
to see
bit.
him win. I don't know what it is that he's playing. He's playing fucking hockey on that game, but yeah, I'm still yet to see him win.
I mean, I feel sorry for Lotus because like we've not had chasing crates with mates for a few weeks, so Lotus has had to go in there and prop them up. But there's only so much one man can do. So do you know what? Good effort, Lotus. I appreciate it. Speaking of Wobbles, actually, feel free to check out the Wobbly Gamer. I don't know if he's still live. If he is, we'll drop a raid him at the end of the stream. But he is at the Disability Expo at the Excel in London today. I did drop in on him a little bit earlier on, so please do feel free to check him out. If he is live, we will say hi, just so we can all give him some love and support and take the piss naturally in equal amounts, because that's what we do. Anyway, speaking about football, we were talking about the fact that EA Sports FC, that's FIFA, by the way. If you don't know, FIFA 23 will be EA Sports FC 24. There will be no FIFA as a football game anymore. It's now EA Sports FC. If you don't know that, where have you been? We've spoken about that for the last 18 months on this podcast. But EA Sports FC 24, the cover star has seemingly leaked. That's what we're going to kick things off. So if you want to know who the cover star will be for EA Sports FC 24, do feel free to stick around. That's where we'll kick things off. We'll then go into Battlebit, which is a story I believe David shared in the Discord, saying that the overnight success, 6 years in the making. I love taglines like that. That's great. It sold just shy of 2 million in 2 weeks. 1 million units a week. That's phenomenal. Love to see it. Literally, 6 years in the making. I've seen a bunch of people playing this, and I just thought, not sure what that is. I'm not even going to bother. So even with people like me that are proper ignorant in the world, they are still absolutely smashing it. So I will give that article a good read, just so I understand what I've been missing. We'll then talk about AEW Fight Forever, which has Stadium Stampede Battle Royale mode teased. So this game, that somehow only has 4 players on the screen at any one point in time, will now have a 30-player Battle Royale mode. I don't know how the fuck that works, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Xbox Game Pass prices have gone up, so we'll tell you about how that stands. If, like me, you have an Xbox, but your Game Pass has expired, it's going to cost you a couple of quid more. But it's all right, because we'll balance that out with Free Game Friday to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Yeah. For now, though, Mr. Bibb, EA Sports FC. You interested?
Yes, Graham, as I always am when it comes to what used to be known as FIFA. That's going to be a bit of a weird change in our lifetimes. I mean, we've obviously had PES change their name over the last 4 years to now eFootball, and now both of the games that we've grown up with don't have their original names. So yeah, I always look forward to playing some FIFA, usually for like the first 2 months when it comes out, and then after that I kind of think, okay, I just don't have time to be able to play this as much as I used to do. I need to play other games. It used to be FIFA was the main game, or eFootball was the main game, and then I'd be able to play other things in between. It's exactly the opposite way around now. I have to play other things and then go play 1 or 2 matches of those things to come back and complete what I need to do, because time just doesn't exist anymore.
I am interested though, like not so much about the business, but what you were saying about it's not called FIFA anymore, because what is it gonna rest at? Like, people are not gonna call it EA Sports FC 24. Are they gonna call it FC? Are they going to call it?
No, it's got to be EAFC.
It's, but EAFC is 4 syllables. People like 2, maybe 3. 4 is like 1 too many when you're calling something on the fly. Like, nobody says ice cream uploads because that's 4 syllables, but ICU is 3. So people go ICU.
They'll think of a funny way of being able to put it into a sentence so that it just rolls off your tongue somehow.
Yeah, should we go play some FC? See, I feel like that might be it. Like, should we go play some FC? Especially with the fact that it's called EA Sports FC. Nobody's going to say EA Sports. Nobody said EA Sports FIFA. So I think FC might be where it sits. But then again, I've not heard a single person talk about it yet. All the FIFA creators are still calling FIFA. Nobody's kind of settling on anything yet. And it takes one person, someone big, someone with influence. Like, maybe I'm picking a name out of the FIFA air, but like a Castro or someone going, what are we calling it? Fuck it, I'm calling it FC 24. Do you want to put some FC? And then that's it. Other people call it FC, and that's it. It gets set then. So, yeah, anyway, okay, we started it. Ice Cream Uploads have decided, because we are worldwide global FIFA influencers, that it's FC 24. There you go, nice. So if you want to play some FC 24, fill your boots. It's nice. Pretty sure people are going to call it this piece of shit rigged game. I mean, people call that all of them, to be fair. So, yeah, I think that's kind of standard. That's kind of standard. For now, though, let's jump into the actual article. This one is written by Chris Scullion at VGC. It says, the EA Sports FC 24 cover star has seemingly leaked. The game's standard and ultimate editions will reportedly have different stars. So the cover star for the first EA Sports FC game has seemingly leaked. Data miner Bill Kun, who has an excellent track record of product leaks, just in case you don't know, every month the games for PS Plus get leaked, and they're always by Bill Kun. So Bill Kun clearly has some way of getting into PlayStation's network, and I assume someone in the back end's added FIFA to that, and data miner Bill Kun's gone, oh, nice, I'll take even more stories, thank you very much. But anyway, that person has claimed yesterday that EA Sports FC 24 will be released on September the 29th. Now that they've posted further information about the game, which is the first football title from EA following the end of its partnership with FIFA, including the identity of its cover star. While Kylian Mbappe was featured on the cover of FIFA 21, FIFA 22, and FIFA 23, it's claimed the PSG star won't be returning for EA Sports FC 24, at least not on the cover of the standard edition. Excuse me. Instead, Man City star Erling Haaland will reportedly appear on the box of EA Sports FC's 24's standard edition. In case you guys can't see Bibby's face, so I'll give you some audio description. Bibby puts his hands in the air, says, "An Erling Haaland? What is this?" He wasn't nodding in agreement at all.
Yes, confirmed.
So, although Bill Kun has chosen not to share the image due to copyright reasons, they describe the cover as depicting Haaland, quote, in a Champions League game about to take a shot with one arm wide open, end quote. Haaland will also appear on the Ultimate Edition of the game, where he'll be joined by 30 other past and present male and female players. According to Bill Kun, the Ultimate Edition will feature in-game renders of 31 players, including Vinicius Jr., Son Heung-min, Sam Kerr, Zinedine Zidane, Johan Cruyff, and Pelé. As with the FIFA series, the Ultimate Edition of EA Sports FC will give players early access. However, whereas FIFA 23 Ultimate Edition gave players 3 days of early access to the game, EA Sports FC 24 will reportedly give players a week of early access should they purchase the more expensive version. EA teased earlier in the day that more information about later sometime soon. Nice, you get the idea. One tiny thing before we jump into the actual story is the Ultimate Edition will now give you 1 week early access, which is, for a game like FIFA, an absolute money spinner, but also something I hate. Because unless you are going to commit to getting your hands on the game early by paying above the odds, you are... It's FOMO. That's what it is. It's fully engrossing and playing on you mentally that you have to get involved. If you're a content creator, fine, that's natural, that's part of the process. But if you are someone that's playing the game, you arrive to that game 7 days later than everyone else. You are already at a massive, massive disadvantage if you play the online modes like Ultimate Team, which is pretty much what most people play. So Not a big fan of that. But Erling Haaland is seemingly the cover star. What is your thoughts on that, Mr. Bibb?
This is going to sound ridiculous, obviously, because I am a City fan, and it's going to sound like I know how this is going to come across, but he is the best striker in the world now, right? At this moment in time, he is I know there's hit the Messi and Ronaldo thing is kind of it's teetering towards the edge now, isn't it? Like we're coming to this chapter of that generation of talent that will be talked about in the same breath as some of the greatest players that we have ever seen on earth. And we need two other cover boys now, and they are going to be Mbappe, and they're also going to be Erling Haaland. At this moment in time, those two could potentially fall off a cliff next season. Haaland only ends up scoring 10 goals. Mbappe is out for the rest of the year, or he ends up going to Saudi Arabia or something like that. We never know. However, at this moment in time, they're trying to pit Mbappe and Haaland as the new Messi and Ronaldo, and I'm all for it because at this moment in time, they are delivering the goods. They are the most informed strikers in the world, the most lucrative players. I think they are worth the most out of every single other player in the world. So it makes perfect sense to be able to try and bring them in as cover stars. It used to be a case of if Messi was on eFootball, Ronaldo would be on FIFA, and vice versa. When the contracts end up expiring, they'll end up moving over or whatever it is. I imagine that might end up being the same at some point with these two. Or what other football game is it UFL or goals? I'm sure one of them had De Bruyne and Ronaldo.
UFL.
I think that might have been goals. Is it UFL?
UFL, yeah. Ronaldo is definitely UFL, as is West Ham and Spencer FC and so on. And I think De Bruyne was he the same one? I'm pretty sure he was. But yeah, goals
Lukaku as well
has kind of fallen off. I mean, like I keep seeing bits from UFL, not bits that particularly enamors me. If I'm honest, I do feel like, oh great, you've got something that looks like football, but it's easy to make something look like football. Whenever I've seen gameplay, I have been disappointed, only because it's coming in talking the big talk. It's going for that FIFA market, like big names, best simulation, this, that, and that. And then things are just a bit like, it's difficult to make football games, and I can't blame them either at the same time. So whilst it annoys me, it's kind of what they have to do. Because what do you go in and go, yeah, we're not going to be the best just yet. Okay, who's going to buy that shit then? So they have to come in swinging.
You need the cockiness. The cockiness, I think, has been missing for a long time in football games in terms of this is what we have to show. This is what we think that you guys want. I feel like that is where we're at with football games. We kind of
the annoying thing for me though is the cockiness. They've come in with money, so they've got Ronaldo, who clearly fell off last season, in the hearts and minds of players. Don't get me wrong, still a great footballer and still will always be a United legend to me. Not biggest fan of how he handled himself last season. I understand it came from a good place. Just like the Rooney shit, where Rooney was like going to leave. It's very self-beneficial, but it's also for the air quotes benefit of the club. Yeah, probably, but whatever. Okay, we'll leave that. We'll put a pin in that. So you've got a player that's past his prime. You could argue the same for De Bruyne. Still an exceptional footballer, mind, and one with a better attitude than Ronaldo. But okay, you've spent the money on big names. Maybe not the best, like, hidden gems that you could have got or whatever, and you've got hashtag United, which is a good hidden gem. I know it's not a hidden gem, but for where it is in the footballing pyramid, it's a Premiership level club in terms of exposure, but 5 layers down or whatever.
Outrageous.
Yeah, exactly. So big fan of all of that sort of stuff. But EA Sports FC, on the other hand, is doing exactly what they should be doing. I've said to you for the last 3 years, and I said it annoyingly when it looked like United was going to get him, but now he's a City player, that Erling Haaland, for me, is the player that picks up the mantle of who's the best, Messi or Ronaldo. And arguably, they both were the best at different times. Who's the best, Haaland or Mbappe? For me, there was never a question. A lot of people going, it's definitely Mbappe. Mike, thank you for the 300 bitties. You beautiful man, Ronaldo. Yeah, no, same. I mean, I know Messi's got that World Cup shit, whatever, but you know, it's a cup trophy. Ronaldo's just a bit. Anyway, you get the idea. For me, Haaland or Mbappe, it was always Haaland, unless his knees went because he's an absolute monster. And that much weight being thrown around at that speed, at that effectiveness, will have its impact on joints. We're all getting old. We all know what joints feel like now. We didn't know that 15 years ago. He will have the same. But because of his size and so on, it could happen quickly to him. Just like it did with, completely different end of the size spectrum, but Michael Owen, once his knees went, his game was gone. And I feel like that could be the thing with Haaland, whereas Mbappe has more versatility to his game. However, I still feel like the impact of a fully fresh, fully prime Haaland is bigger and better than a fully fresh, fully prime Mbappe. Even though Mbappe is looking at $200 million pound, dollar, euro, whatever transfers, and Mbappe costs and Haaland costs 50 million. Yeah, his price is 4 times as high. Whatever. Marketability, you know. I don't care. Haaland, for me, is the better player of the two. So EA Sports FC potentially even dropping Mbappe in that sort of respect. Yes, he may appear on the... Actually, does it name him? Oh, it doesn't even name him for the Ultimate Edition. So the players that were named for the Ultimate Edition are Vinny Jr., Son Heung-min, Sam Kerr, Zinedine Zidane, Johan Cruyff and Pele. So retired players, legends, players that are no longer with us. And then... Mbappe will be joining those. Not Mbappe, Haaland, but it also says Haaland has replaced Mbappe on the standard edition. So Mbappe might not even be in there at all. And I understand that because Mbappe, I don't know about anyone else, but his brand smells of greed to me over the last few years. I want to be involved in the transfer dealings of the club. No player should ever be involved in the transfer dealings with the club. I want to sign off who we sign at PSG. I want stupid amounts of money. I want Michael Jordan-esque deals. Well, Michael Jordan got those deals and then absolutely smashed it beyond reproach consistently for the rest of his career. Kylian Mbappe has been great, exceptional, mercurial, but not necessarily the best of the best. And still is interfering and stuff. Michael Jordan did what he did on the pitch. Kylian Mbappe is doing what he's doing off the pitch, and his team are trying to get him the Jordan-esque sort of deals out there. So I feel like for EA, this just goes back to, okay, let's get rid of the noise. Let's just go back to an absolutely solid goal scorer and the best in the game right now on the front cover. So it absolutely makes no surprise to me that Erling Haaland he's the best player in the world. In my opinion, he is the best player in the world. Well, the best striker in the world. There's all sorts of conversations about whatever, but hands down, 100. He's a fucking freak. So. Who is that svelte sex god in the yellow? It's actually white, mate, but thanks, babe. Cheers, Quick Stout Hicks. What a guy.
Oh, you're making me feel so nice this morning.
You are looking badass, by the way. Do you want to stop for a second? Has anyone noticed that Bibby's been losing weight? Because the reason he's not worn that t-shirt forever is because it didn't fit him. And now look at him. Smooth motherfucker.
I'm happy. We're getting there. I did have a McPlant yesterday, though, so you never know. They could be a dodgy week this week.
McPlants, there's no meat, so it counts. It's fine. Easy.
Yeah, the fries were definitely not a good idea.
I remember
it was a long day yesterday.
I remember like last year or a year, when it first came out, I was like, I'll get a McPlant. It'll be healthier than a Big Mac. Fine, yeah, job's gone. There was like 50 calories in it. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Give me my Big Mac sauce.
It's the same with the vegan sausage rolls and stuff. I was a sad bastard, but I like to watch, these shitty Channel 5 documentaries like what's the cost difference in Aldi or whatever. I love watching that stuff, and they did one on Greg's, and I was like, the vegan sausage roll has got to be better because the pastry is obviously a lot healthier because it doesn't have butter in there and it's not processed meat, it's whatever. Anyway, I think there was like 2 calories in it. I was like, oh my god. give me the real one. But I do love the vegan stuff anyway. So
it's all the calories in the arsenic and the magnesium and other shit that they just throw in on top of it. What the fuck's that? I don't know. Throw it in.
But yeah.
Tell me I have an 8-year-old man's back. You do, Doctor, but you carry it well. You can hardly even tell sometimes. Nice. Mbappe is turning into Neymar, but could be better. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't want to discount how good Mbappe is. A lot of people overhype him. Plays in a farmers league and this, that, and the other, and the whole team's built to like feed him and so on. He's still incredibly young and has had a monumental level of success, but so had Paul Pogba. And obviously the French comparison there, as well as playing in teams like Juventus, which is a phenomenal team, but that Juventus team isn't as good as the best teams in the world around there. It punched, and that's what PSG does. It has shitloads of money, but the caliber of the players that they have still have to punch, because Sergio Ramos is not prime Real Madrid Sergio Ramos. I know he's not there anymore now. Lionel Messi was not prime Barcelona Messi. Obviously, he's not there now, and so on. So he has had to punch to get there. So I do think he's a world-class talent, and up there in the conversation for best in the world. But when it comes to Haaland, he is second, 100%. Like, you throw anyone else in there, muddy that conversation. But if it's just between them two, he's second best in the world. So, yeah. Mbappe flops in the Champions League. I mean, that's the PSG bit. When you put him in a team with more depth, more how do you put it? Like, a team that's been tested. If he played for City, I mean, the top Spanish teams aren't necessarily where they were 5 years ago right now. Real Madrid and Barcelona aren't where they were. They could be. Some strong windows. Vinny Jr. turns into a world-class talent. Rodrigo continues on his stride to be a world-class talent. Mbappe going in between those could be phenomenal. That could be MSN levels, Messi, Suarez, Neymar levels of filth. He doesn't have that at PSG. But Erling Haaland doesn't need that. I mean, actually, I say that. Yeah. Halfway through the season, people said he made City shit. So, yeah, he's clearly dog one. Get him out of here. Fuck the guy.
Well, the thing is with PSG, they're a Rolls Royce going forward, but a fucking Fiat Panda at the back. Like, they can only score so many goals, but if you're conceding twice as many, very Michael Owen-esque this, I absolutely understand that. But if they end up conceding more than the scoring, then obviously they're going to lose. But they was conceding goals, stupid goals, I might add. They don't have a decent enough defence and squad depth to be able to compete at the highest level. And that's why they haven't won a Champions League. They don't have... It's why we didn't win a Champions League for so long, because we kept on switching off at the back. We should have beat Chelsea. We twatted Chelsea all over the park in that Champions League final, and we lost 1-0. Same with, I don't think we probably deserved on merit to win the Champions League this year. I thought Inter Milan played exceptionally well against us. They had a game plan. They battered us for the majority of the match. However, we ended up winning 1-0. Like, it's just one of those things. You either need a good element of luck or a decent enough balance in your team. You can't just have 5 or 6 extremely good attackers when your goalkeeper's dog shit, your defenders don't talk to each other, there's gaps all over the place. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, that Inter Milan defence as well, we're defending against 115 financial irregularities as well, so there's all that to
116 if you're counting this criminal banter.
McPlant is fine, it's the 6 McFlurries that are a problem. Exactly. Do you know, has anyone tried the Lotus Biscoff McFlurry? I went to McDonald's the other day and didn't even notice it was there, and I saw it on a poster as I was walking the dog yesterday. I was like, fuck, I bet that was there as well when I went, and I didn't even get it. Fuck's sake. McShite, can't tell if you're talking about the McPlant or Scott McTominay there, but it could be either or. I think, like you do, Haaland works harder 100 times, 100%. Haaland has staying power. Mbappe will be forgotten in 3 years. I doubt he'll be forgotten about. Giovinco isn't forgotten about, and he never did anything really. But because he was a star of Italian football, he lived on forever in Italy. He was class, by the way.
Is that not just because he was like a Master League Online legend at this point?
It's fine. Just leave my narrative alone. Thank you. The difference is, though, is Mbappe's won the World Cup. And the most competitive league in the world, if you're anyone that wants to put a fucking spin on the Premiership being shit, then whatever. No. So he's won the French League a billion times and is the nation's darling. So he's not going to be forgotten about, but he will be overhyped, undoubtedly. And there's been a lot of players that have had that. Like Angel Di Maria, who we played with, was phenomenal. He wasn't. He was great. He was and still is a great footballer. Benfica, I think he's gone to now. But he was never the best player in any team that he's played in. And unfortunately for him, he could have been at international level, but when you've got Messi in your team, nah. So, yeah. I think he'll be that player. He could, not will be, I think he could be that player where he'll go to a team and he'll just never be the best player there. Or he'll be pushing, but he's not going to clear-cut be the Ronaldo of the team, the Messi of the team, the Haaland of the team, the Aguero of the team. He's not the Rashford for United this season of the team. He's going to go... He could do. He definitely can do. But he could go and then be a great player, but still never quite... do anything top level. Flip side, I'll put this to bed now. Flip side, he could absolutely win the Champions League for Real Madrid, 100%. And that's the difference. The difference, though, is like he might need other players to be lifted rather than do it himself. Whereas you can see Erling Haaland, if he played for a shit team like Manchester United, then he's exactly what would fix our team. We need a goal-scoring number 9. He could be that for us. But he chose mediocrity instead and other bantery things. What do you think of Lamptey's future, or Kyle Walker Peters? I have Lamptey on my FPL team.
I thought Kyle Walker Peters was going to be like one of the next best right backs to come through, and I don't know. I don't think I think Championship at this moment in time is probably his best level. Just to be able, I feel like sometimes when you end up going down, like James Ward-Prowse has to leave there. He has to leave there. He cannot stay in that team. He is not a Championship player. But I believe that there is probably a lot of those Southampton players that probably need the rough and tumble of the Championship just to be able to maybe get that motivation back, because for large parts of the last 2 seasons, they have been fucking awful away and at home. Apart from they seem to still get results against City regardless of where they end up playing. But they are just the need that injection of life back into them again. And I believe that the Championship would probably benefit a lot of those players. But there is definitely players in that team that should not be playing in the Championship.
Yeah, 100%. Lamptey, I'm undecided on Lamptey. Yeah, ask me after another season, maybe half a season. I'll have more of an opinion. Right now, I'm not 100% sure because he's a young striker playing for Brighton. That could be James Wilson. So I mean, he was phenomenal a few seasons ago, and now who is he? So yeah. Di Maria at Madrid season we got Champions League was our best man, 100%. I suppose. I'll let you have that one. 4-3-3 was middle and more offensive. Ancelotti got his best. Or Gustavo Hamer? I don't know who that one is. Now I'll take it. Frimpong's best next right back. Because he was that. Did he play for UFC, Frimpong? I can't remember now.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
I mean, understand it then. He's got pedigree. That's what it is.
Yeah. So did Erling Haaland, Mason Mount, and Kubo.
See, I mean, Haaland, he's not quite cracked on to where he is. Mason Mount's just finding the best years of his career ahead of him now, Kubo, not so much.
Gustavo Hamer plays for Coventry. I'm guessing he might be a Football Manager-esque type player where you bring him in and his abilities like 4 stars or something like that.
No Football Manager, so I don't know. I'm just going to say yes. I don't know how to say that name, so I'm just going to say GS. Hey, how you doing? Welcome into the stream. We are talking about the EA Sports FC cover star. A little bit of a tangent, though. We have just talking about the fact that Erling Haaland has been announced as the, hasn't been announced, has been leaked to be the announced EA Sports FC cover star for 2024 in the game. I love you, Daddy.
All right, Daddy.
So, yeah, Bilbo Kun, a leaker, has seen the cases of the Standard Edition and the Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition is a montage of like 31 different players. The Standard Edition is just one player, and that is Erling Haaland in Champions League glory on his way. I mean, it makes sense. Usually cover stars, historically, have had some significance to the world of football, be that the World Cup in the summer, be that the end of the season previously. And Erling Haaland has just done something City had never done before, and that is win the Champions League. So you get the best striker in the world winning the best cup in the world with the best team in the world. It kind of makes no sense, really, to have that. 5 days until the EAFC reveal, apparently. It's all right, we got you now. Nice. When it actually does get released, whether that's leaked by Bilbo Kun or someone else, we will share those images with you. For now, though, we will move forward and talk about, not Bill, but Battlebit. Nice. Rich Stanton at PC Gamer has this story. Battlebit, the overnight success, 6 years in the making, has sold just shy of 2 million in 2 weeks. The low-poly Battlefield-like has the blindingly simple combination of a low price and lots of content. Imagine that. a low price and shitloads to do. Wow. I suppose these games that give you like 75 quid and you just do one thing. So Battlebit Remastered released on Steam 2 weeks ago, and the $15 254-player FPS has been a top seller on the platform ever since, outperforming several big hitters and even Starfield pre-orders. Why? There's no catch. As PCG's Morgan Park put it, this is just a lot of very good game for the money. In an age where it feels like every game's trying to nickel and dime you with season passes and cosmetics, that counts. Now developer, I have no idea how to say this, Sergeant Okidoke? We'll go with Sergeant Okidoke, that could be completely wrong. Has announced that in 2 weeks since launch, Battlebit Remastered has sold 1.8 million copies. That sure looks like an overnight success, but it had a long road here. Battlebit was first announced on Steam Greenlight in December 2016 and was the first project for a collective of experienced modders. Oh, that makes it even better. Whew. In a new interview with How to Market Your Game, Sergeant Okidoki revealed details the slow process of building a community around the game over time, gradually building the hype and setting expectations until, in January 2022, a whole bunch of streamers hopping on a pre-release version saw its Steam wishlist skyrocketing. Before launch, Battlebit had over 800,000 wishlists, and since launch, it has hit between 70 to 80,000 concurrent players a day. One of the more interesting nuggets to come out of Sergeant Okidoki's look back at the development period was how the game had changed based on audience perception. As it is, Battlebit is an indie FPS that moves like Battlefield, looks like Roblox, and has certain hardcore milsim elements, but the latter was once way more pronounced until the developers realised that it just didn't quite work with the whole look, the look of the whole thing. Quote, players have an assumption about your game, said Sergeant Okidoki of older versions, and if the screenshots don't match the gameplay, you have a problem. Our game played like Squad, but looked like Roblox. That was a terrible move. The team looked at the direction Battlebit was going in and made the call. Quote, we had to make the decision, said Sergeant Okidoki. We had to pull back and make the game more open for arcade. It wasn't a decision I enjoyed, but I had to do it. It turned out it was a good decision. Not everything's been rosy for Battlebit. The game's success has seen it become a target for cheaters and DDoS attacks, with Okidoki focused on firefighting and hiring new staff to deal with this new scale. But the indie Battlefield isn't going anywhere, and the developers have reassured players that they're committed to the game and adding even more bang for buck than it currently delivers, and will do so whether or not we maintain this level of popularity. Nice. Imagine this. Imagine this. Roblox can actually make games as good as looking as Battlefield. And Battlefield, in theory, can make games as good as Battlefield. But in 2023, the best Battlefield game actually looks like Roblox. What the fuck? Battlebit is absolutely smashing it. 1.8 million downloads, I think it says. Yeah, sold 1.88 million copies. Are you interested, Bib?
Yes, because apparently it has the old feel of what made a Battlefield game exciting in the first place. So that does have my attention. I've just not got around to playing it yet. I think it's like £13 at the moment. I think they put it on sale. So it's like next to nothing. That, I mean, it's perfect marketing, really. Some of the biggest and best streamers in the world are currently playing your game. Same with Only Up, and the developers have gone, okay, there's a lot of people playing this game at the moment. Let's capitalize on this by bringing the price of the actual overall game down so that more people can get in on the ground floor. That is genius. Like, eventually, at some point, the game will go back to full price, probably when the wave ends up going. But like you say, you mentioned FOMO before. There's people who probably thought, okay, £20 might be a little bit steep. Okay, well, we'll sell it for 13 and watch 3 people buy it rather than none. Genius. Get more people playing your game now, because the more people end up playing it, the more matches they can get into, and it's not just going to be a dead game in 3 weeks' time when people have forgotten about it because other people have moved on to other things. Get them in now while the game is hot, essentially.
I love that, though. The fact that it says here, $15, which is obviously 13 quid-ish, as you mentioned. $15 for a new release game, and they've dropped the price because it's successful. That is great. Other massive marketers out there will go, hey, we're successful. Let's just keep the price where it is, milk every single penny, and then when people stop having an interest, we'll start putting it down so we can scrape out the last few bits. These guys are like, and this is the difference. This is indie development. This is, do you know what? We are thankful to be here. We've done everything we need. We're now profitable. Let's just make sure that we create a legacy now. That legacy will then in turn probably give us even more profit. So win-win. Let's just go for it. And you just love to see that. People just going, okay, people enjoy it. People see what our vision is. People agree with our vision. Let's get more people agreeing with the vision, rather than let's get more money out of people to let them agree with the vision. And yeah, fair play, fair play. Love it. Love to see it. 2 million units in 2 weeks. I am actually going to check this out. I've seen a bunch of like the big streamers, the Summits and the lyrics and whoever. I
was playing it last week.
Oh, was it?
It might have been earlier this week actually.
So I've seen big content creators playing this game and just not bother jumping in because I was like, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'm not bothered. Not bothered, mate. I will check it out now. I'm interested. The fact that it looks like Roblox doesn't put me off, because I mean I've enjoyed Lego games, I've enjoyed Minecraft at times, and Fortnite has proven to me that just because a game looks one way doesn't mean that it has to be that way. And as Fortnite, which echoes exactly what Sergeant Okidoki was saying in this, says, okay, the game looks cartoony. Let's lean into just delivering a great experience in that world. And that's it. Building a phenomenal experience in that world, not trying to get you accurate curving bullet dynamics and this, that, and the other, because it just you're playing with a Lego figure. Who gives a feck about the Coriolis effect on your bullets, kind of thing. So just deliver a solid experience, and Fortnite has done that. Like it was good to see Nietzsche talking about Fortnite when we were playing it, because he was like, do you know what? It's just it just works. It just works. And that's very much said with PUBG in mind, by the way. Obviously, I love PUBG. I prefer PUBG. But Fortnite has looked at what it's trying to do and just gone, let's just smash the shit out of that and then build from there. Whereas PUBG still, 6 years in, doesn't quite know what it wants to be. It still does a little bit of the skins and the dancing and the emoting from Fortnite, bringing in creators that are oftenly ethnocentrically focused, looking at Korea and the surrounding regions and so on, but they still want people from the European regions to be buying into that, and so it doesn't really know. Whereas Fortnite knows exactly what it's targeting and goes for it nailed on. That sounds like what Battlebit is doing, and yeah, it's not going to be a Fortnite, but it's for itself an overnight success. You love to see it.
Yeah,
a GG's.
Dead right.
Okay, next up, we'll talk about something else that's pretty interesting, but from a different standpoint. I mean, it involves getting a lot of players in, just like Battlebit, but on a different level. This is Jordan Midler at BGC, and he says, AEW Fight Forever Stadium Stampede Battle Royale mode teased. The mode will see 30 players fighting against each other. I'm going to stop there. Because I'm a lapsed wrestling fan. Baby, not so much. Baby's still in the world of wrestling. I'm just going to confirm that my understanding of wrestling terminology is same. So Battle Royale doesn't mean 100 people jump out of a helicopter and shoot each other to death. Battle Royale is like a Royal Rumble, but rather than people coming in every few minutes, it's 30 people start off in the ring at the ring of the bell. Is that right?
Confirmed.
Nice. For anyone else watching, I did that for you.
Nailed it in one.
Nice. AEW Fight Forever Stadium Stampede Battle Royale mode has been teased in a new trailer. I'm going to hit play on this. I've not actually seen this. I'm going to mute it, though. The trailer shows 30 wrestlers spawning into a large stadium filled with weapons and other items. As the match continues, the area in which wrestlers can fight gets smaller, eventually pushing all players into the center. So it is an actual battle royale and not a battle royale. Yeah, it's a battle royale rather than a battle royale. What the fuck? The mode is based on the Stadium Stampede matches that have taken place in AEW over the years, though these have mostly consisted of 2 teams of 4 wrestlers rather than 30 individuals. No release date for the mode has been given. However, it has been confirmed by THQ that the mode will be a free download. In the short gameplay clips shown in the trailer, it appears that the mode will use a third-person camera angle that's not typically present in the game. AEW Fight Forever is a spiritual successor to the N64 classic WWE No Mercy and is developed by veteran wrestling game studios Ukes. VGC Chris Scullion wrote in our review, AEW's first game gets a lot more right than it does wrong. Okay, we'll stop there. We don't need to know about the rest of it. But have you seen this trailer, Bib?
I have, and it's batshit crazy.
Yeah, like I was expecting a battle royal rather than a battle royale. So the ring in the middle, I thought there was going to be 30 people in that. I didn't think it was going to be it's like watching the Fortnite Pro-Am Arena where people are just wrestling in the stands. What the fuck?
Yeah, it genuinely looks like that. But I think they've had to do this for performance reasons, because imagine trying to have that many people in the ring. Like, it just wouldn't work, would it?
1 FPS.
I think like they can only have 8, maybe 10 in the ring as it stands, and that's obviously playing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and your PC. I mean, this game, WWE would never be able to run on Switch. We've had that in the past, and it sucks ass. I didn't say success there, by the way. But this, I think this is it irks me a little bit because it's not wrestling. However, this game isn't a simulation of wrestling by any stretch of the imagination. This is literally just a arcade type game, a very fun game, definitely a pick up and play, have a laugh with your mates kind of game. I've been told that it's very much No Mercy and SmackDown on the PlayStation 1 rather than it being something like, I don't know, the more modern WWE games, which I'm absolutely fine with. I think there should always be a simulation versus an arcade. It's very difficult to blend them both together, but as long as they stay in their own lanes and the arcade game doesn't try too much to become a simulation, that's where it tends to fall down. I feel like this will be a success in its own right.
Yeah, I hope it is. I hope AEW Fight Forever is a success in terms of if it's leaning into that sort of arcadey element, and if that throws in battle royale elements like this, then I'm all for it. Some of my favorite gaming memories are playing those arcadey sort of games, the SmackDown, seeing the SmackDown come fly. Oh shit! Not my Mandalorian home off the shelf. Fuck, goddamn! Seeing this the SmackDown word come flying across the screen the very first time on my PS1, doing my first SmackDown move. That's it. I've got a finisher. It took you out of the game. It wasn't the same as like playing WWE Warzone or Attitude or whatever, where you'd like have to stone cold stun people using button control presses, and you could do them all the time, kind of thing. It meant so they changed it, and hype. So arcade and wrestling for me is a great mix. So big fan of this. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it goes well. And you know what? If anything, hopefully it inspires not just THQ and Ukes, but maybe 2K to go, okay, maybe we should start looking at doing some creative stuff like that. Even if it's not arcade, but we get full. Are we at the point yet where we have a 30-man Royal Rumble online yet? Because if not, why the fuck are we not there?
I want to say no, I don't think so. I think there is Royal Rumble modes, but I'm not too sure because obviously they can't have that many people in the ring, so I don't know whether or not it gets staggered. Obviously, we thought it would be a great idea to have 30 of your mates all there. They don't, only you know what number you're coming in on, and then eventually you'd end up getting to your number, which if you was 30 and I was 5, and then we had, I don't know, Chappers at 10, we'd have Mike at 11, Quick Stop Hicks at 14, Ads at 21. Like, imagine how amazing that would be if you are in the ring and then you just whoever it is, your created characters are coming through. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're quite there yet.
I feel like to do it, you'd have to do what video games have done over the last few years. Like, if someone comes in every 30 seconds in the game, because obviously they're not going to make it stand around for a minute or whatever, then you'd get the countdown, someone come run down to the ring, and then it'd stop when there was 4 in the ring, or 6 in the ring, or 8 in the ring, because the game couldn't load anymore. As soon as you eliminate someone else, the countdown for the next person starts and they come in. See, that sort of stuff. Okay, there's your technical limitations for me. Make that shit happen online. But yeah, you just get waiting. So you have to you could end up watching 20 minutes of the match before you actually get to jump in. But that's what the Royal Rumble is.
Absolutely.
So for me, I'm like thinking,
you hear me squealing.
Yeah,
it's the minute before I'm meant to come out. Like I'd be all in. I'd be all in.
But even if it doesn't tell you when you're coming out, you just sat there watching, and the only clue that you get to come out is when you hear the.
That'd be so cool.
It would be great because especially if you could do customs, do your own private lobby where you could just go, okay, private lobby, 30 of my mates, jobs are good. Because if you could do your general throw into a game and you could just throw into a lobby that's waiting to go, like a battle royale, you get 30 people and it starts, 30 people and it starts, 30 people and it starts. Keep going. Once you're knocked out, you can quit out or you can watch the rest of the game to see if anyone wins. Jobs are good. I just don't understand how we've not got someone, even on a staging, beta, test, labs, whatever you want to call it, depending on different games. I don't understand how we've not had something like that yet in a wrestling game. It just seems like, for me, I mean, the Royal Rumble was always, like, obviously WrestleMania's WrestleMania, but Royal Rumble was different. On the calendar, that was the one that was, I mean, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, yeah, fine, but Royal Rumble was, so that was the one for me.
Yeah, because the thing is with the Royal Rumble, there's always the element of, oh, they might bring an old school wrestler back because they might end up only being there for 30 seconds or 5 minutes, 7 minutes max if they're like a legend or something like that. Because they wouldn't want to keep them in the ring all that long. But that was always the, oh my God, who's going to be next kind of thing. And then obviously very recently we had Edge make his return. Like, amazing. That's the kind of thing you'd save the big occasions for that. I say recently, it was obviously like 3 years ago, but that was the most recent comeback or exciting moment in my head where he ended up making his new debut 10 years later kind of thing. I love that shit.
It's cool how they used it for like tying loads of different groups together. Like, I was mainstream wrestling fan, jobs are good, and then you'd get into the Royal Rumble and La Parka would come out. He's like, I don't even really know who that is, but some people somewhere would be losing their fecking mind at seeing La Parka come running out. So yeah, but like, imagine if we could create some form of lobby. Imagine if it was a blind lobby where we could create a match and the stream didn't know who was coming into the game and the other people in the lobby didn't know who was fucking, and then fucking, I don't know, picking a name out of my ass, let's go actual real life Edge comes in controlling Edge. How cool would that be?
Yeah, that'd be amazing, especially if it was only create your own wrestler. Like, I'm all for the legends and stuff like that where it was just like a full legend lobby or something, but having a create your own wrestler where you can create your own entrance music and stuff like that, entrance into, well, then again, in Royal Rumble you'd usually just run down to the ring anyway, so it's neither here nor there, but having a created wrestler and stuff like that being put in, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. What I think would be good, but would also not be good at the same time, would be if you could get like 60 people in a waiting room, so you know you've only got a 1 in 2 chance of actually joining the match, but then seeing your name go in. So like, even those people in their waiting rooms or whatever don't even know if they're actually going to get into the game, because that gives them the hype of, oh, I've got a chance, because then you've got the emotions of, oh, I'm in, I've got a chance, but I came in fucking 8th. I've got 22 other people coming in after me. Great. So the slight buzz of, oh, I'm not in the first 15. Oh, 16. Okay. There's only 10 left, and I've still not been picked. Okay. Oh no. Fucking 30 comes and your fucking entrance music starts. Ah!
That'd be amazing. I'd love it.
Okay, we'll just click this up, send this to 2K, and say, all right, boys, your next makers, I've got your next project. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, on that bombshell, we'll put a pin in that one. AEW Fight Forever Stadium Stampede Battle Royale mode has been teased. We will let you know when we know. You know? No.
We know.
Tell you what we do know. The price is the same for Xbox. No. Xbox Game Pass prices go up yesterday. Update, the prices are now live. This is on Eurogamer, written by Victoria Kennedy. The article says, the original story says, this is a quick public service announcement to remind you that Microsoft will be increasing its Game Pass prices later today. At the time of writing, you can still pick up Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you access to games on console, cloud, and PC for $10.99 a month, or console-only offering for $7.99 a month. These prices will increase to $12.99 a month for Ultimate and $8.99 for console later today, although existing monthly subscribers won't see the changes until the 13th of August, or the 13th of September in Germany. Why? Who knows? Just because. Meanwhile, for those with the early subscription, the new pricing won't take effect until it's time to renew. Game Pass for PC will be unaffected. This change will be effective for most countries, with the exception of Game Pass console pricing, which will remain the same in Norway, Chile, Denmark, Switzerland, and Saudi Arabia. Console prices will increase too, but I'll leave that and go back up to the update. 4:30 p.m. yesterday, so the prices for Xbox Game Pass have now increased. Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you access to games on console, cloud, and PC, now costs $12.99, while its console-only option costs $8.99. So if, like me, you have an Xbox, you had the joys of Game Pass, but that has expired, it will now cost you £2 more for Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you, obviously, console, cloud, and PC. But if you just get console only, it will cost you £1 more. It used to cost $7.99, it now costs $8.99. That's in pounds, naturally, if you listen to this. We are from the UK, so we cover in pounds. The article, though, does have euros and dollars, if you're interested in checking out Victoria's article over at Eurogamer. But thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, we've mentioned for a long time how they're going to end up trying to make some money back from us. Essentially, they're never going to inherit that loss themselves. Obviously, you can't just be throwing around billions of pounds or billions of dollars and not have any way of being able to make it back. The likes of Starfield and Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Online or Elder Scrolls 6 isn't just going to make you that kind of money back. It's a long-term investment. So ultimately, it comes down to us. Your football team wants to buy the best players. Your ticket prices are going up. It's essentially that.
Yeah, you want to buy Activision Blizzard for $69 billion.
Nice
$1 billion, then yeah, you need to get the money back somewhere. And those £2 a month, every month, from every subscriber suddenly start adding up. It's not actually, for me, it's not horrendous, because if you're just getting it on console, a lot of people will get it in console only and won't be bothered about playing it on cloud or on PC. Then $7.99 to $8.99 is not a monumental. It's £12 a year. That's a decent trip to McDonald's, since we're talking about McPlants and stuff earlier on. It's not even 2 McPlant meals, and that's for your entire year increase. So in that sort of sense, it's not bad. It's still an absolute bargain, but it will have to come, and I don't believe it will stop there. I think it will stop there for the next 12, 18, 24 months, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up again. I would be surprised if it goes up in that time frame, but yeah, for now, I think you're set. So still the best deal in gaming, just a bit more expensive.
Easy.
Okay, from one good deal in gaming into our final story, which is !FF free game Friday. Nice. Nobody did it, so we had to sing it. That's where it came from. Anyway, so this one is written by Morgan Park, as always, over at PC Gamer, with contributions from Lincoln Carpenter this week. Not Lincoln Park. I actually almost said Lincoln Park just then. Wow, fucking completely did myself. Anyway, July the 6th to the July the 13th, the game that is free is Grime. So don't you dare run away when I say this. This week's epic freebie is a 2D Souls-like Metroidvania. Wait, hold on. I know, we have plenty. But how many of them take place in a surreal cosmic nightmare dimension? A few, probably. But in how many of those have a progression system built around devouring enemies with the black hole you have for a head? Enter Grime. What fucking build up nice. Where you customize your build by absorbing the abilities of enemies as they pass beyond the event horizon of the howling void you've got up top. Oh, and all the weapons are mutating living creatures that look like Nightmare's sword from Soul Calibur. Enjoy! By the way, shout out once again to Morgan Park and Lincoln Carpenter. This is a difficult thing to do, to tell people to download a game for free every week, because it's the same message repeated. We do the same message repeated, but the reason we jumped over to this article at PC Gamer is the fact that they get creative with the write-up like that. Nice. 10 out of 10. Let's see it. Anyway, if you're interested in Grime, if Morgan/Lincoln's write-up did it for you, then you can get the game over on the Epic Games Store right now, either on the launch or on your PC or just in browser. If you've got an Epic Game account, just log in, redeem, add to your library. Job's good, and that will be available till about 4 p.m. UK time on Thursday, July the 13th, when it will be replaced by Train Valley 2. Does Grime sound like a Bibby game?
No, but it'll be getting added to the account anyway. But I can't believe 12's done some mocap and he hasn't told us. That's outrageous. I thought we were friends. I thought he'd be getting some sort of royalties from it, but apparently not.
I mean, just to confirm, I know this person has a big gaping void for a head, but it doesn't look that big. Are we talking 12 or the one in the middle?
Well, and apparently the game is based around, absorbing Dark Souls by your forehead, so there's only one. There's only one person that comes to mind.
Size of this moth. Good size of this head.
I'm hoping he's still in the chat. Otherwise, I won't like to talk shit about him behind his back. I'm hoping he's still in the chat. I don't think he is.
I talk shit about him all the time.
I'm still making no apologies.
I do it all the time, literally. The only person I ever talk shit about behind the back is 12. I just think, fuck that guy. Honestly.
Fuck that guy.
We love you, 12. You're not here, but we still love you. Well,
do.
That's the reason why we love you, because you're not here. When you're here, it's much harder to love you. So there you go. No, we do actually like 12. Just point that. Anyway, we'll put a pin in things there. So EA Sports FC cover star has seemingly leaked. It's Erling Haaland, spoilers. Battlebit is an overnight success 6 years in the making, and it sounds pretty cool. I'm going to go watch some streams. Genuinely going to go watch some streams on that. If you like Battlefield, but you're not bothered about it being a bit Lego-y Roblox, then check it out. It's got a lot of good reviews. 2 million people have downloaded it in 2 weeks, which is big numbers. Yeah. AEW Fight Forever Stadium Stampede has a battle royale mode, which has been teased. Interesting. I'm going to look at that too. And Xbox Game Pass prices have gone up today, but that's fine because you can play Grime, which has got 12 head in it, free on the Epic Game Store. Nice. We are going to disappear. Thank you, everyone that did drop in. We appreciate you. By the way, if you are watching or listening to this on demand, please do let me know how the mic sounds. I am using a different mic setup. I am using the Logitech Blue Sonar microphone. Shout out to Logitech for providing that for free. We appreciate it very much. Running through XLR stuff, and it started out good, and then it got a bit patchy on Monday because everything reset itself. It now looks like it's in a place where I've got it saved and it doesn't reset itself. Hopefully everything sounds good. If you're listening to this, do drop a comment down below. Let us know if you're watching on YouTube if the mic sounds good. If you got this far, I'm assuming it's okay. So nice. But everyone else, please do feel free to join us in the Discord later on. We will be announcing who has won the loot drop for this week in the Discord today. So keep your eyes out for that. But before any of that happens,
yes,
let me tell you about tomorrow. I was going to throw it to bib, but I was just remembered. Chasing Crates with Mates will be back tomorrow. 10 a.m.-ish. Me and Lotus and Nietzsche, potentially Beans, jumping in 10 a.m.-ish for Chasing Crates with Mates. So we will be playing PUBG on stream for the first time in about a month. So please do feel free to join us for that. I've missed it. Hopefully you guys have missed it. Hopefully you guys tune back in. 10 a.m.-ish tomorrow. Team ICU getting dubs for days. Then on Sunday, Mr. Bib will be back with some Fortnite, potentially with me, potentially with Nietzsche, potentially even with Wobbles. The Wobbly Gamer said he might be. I know. It's kind of just.
I was getting excited to start streaming then, but again,
I've just kind of ruined it. I should have. Like, no one's going to tune in now, are they? God.
Oh dear.
We also love Wobbles, by the way. Same way we love 12.
We do.
But before any of that happens, is there what you'd like to add, Mr. Bib?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that has joined us for today's episode of The Scoop. Also, the one on Monday, the only two that are taking place this week. So if you want to only help, if you want to only help shape the remaining two shows next week, only joking, hopefully there'll be a full week of them. There's two ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It's That's Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. If you're watching this on any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. The links that you require will be listed there, but all we need from you is the URL plus your thoughts and opinions. We will then give you our thoughts and opinions on the very next show, which will what time on Monday? Mr. Graham Day.
We will be live at 10 a.m.
Ish confirmed.
Yeah. 10 a.m.-ish. We'll be live on Monday. Please do feel free to join us for that. 10 a.m.-ish on Saturday and about 7 p.m.-ish on Sunday evening. So once you've got your weekend out the way, you've added some chill sessions, some maybe fun times in the barbecue, gardens like I'm going to be doing on Sunday, then 7 p.m.-ish.
Wait. Whoa. Roll back a second. There's meant to be barbecues happening on Sunday. I thought the weather was meant to be abysmal.
Oh, it is, but this barbecue's been booked in for ages, so it's still going ahead. It's probably one of those where I'm going to be stood outside, barbecuing under an umbrella, and then taking the food into the house. So it is what it is.
Okay. Fair play. I like the commitment.
So yes, Sunday barbecue despite the rain. Saturday games despite the sun. It's just the way the world works. Fucking fun times. Nice. So yeah,
severe weather warnings issued for Sunday.
It's fine.
Oh god, you don't even need to light the charcoal, Graham, because it's going up in flames when lighting it. So.
Nice.
You'll end up looking like fucking Marv and Home Alone.
But rather than holding on to two taps, it'll be like tongs in one hand and a stabby bit in the other. Nice. Anyway,
dear.
on that bombshell, we are going to disappear. We appreciate you dropping in. Nietzsche says,
Brexit, you like who this?
exactly, mate. Exactly, mate. So, yes, please do feel free to join us 10 a.m.-ish tomorrow and 7 p.m.-ish on Sunday before we're back. 10 a.m.-ish on Monday for the scoopage. For now, though, we will drop a raid on one of our friends, checking if Wobbles is still live. Is he still live?
I don't know, but I did find Hamish.
Oh, well, I'm checking if Wobbles is live. So
I couldn't remember the name of the channel that he's doing it on because it wasn't his own, was it?
no, I can hear Baby talking. It was on his own, but he's not live anymore. So it's bye, Wobbles. Yeah, so Hamish it is then. Nice. Please stick around. We'll drop in on Big Ham. Do feel free to say hi and all of that stuff. Also, going along with Rage, you will get yourself 250 sprinkles to spend on our channel, which you can put towards the Double Trouble League and other channel point redemptions. But for us, have yourselves a beautiful weekend. We'll see you 10 a.m.-ish tomorrow for Chasing Grace with mate Sander. What they got to do, babe?
You gotta stay frosty.